I guess hang on. I'm ready for this one's not in a series of trades and pitching, science, and all that stuff. This one's for the Bills. The next team's for order. Let's get it started. Another team that have negative cap space. They have a little under negative 12 million in cap space. Slow out slate before they can sign or resign or anybody do anything. They need to make cap space. It's that simple. Got a few potential releases. Problem is with a lot of them is they incur more dead cap than they would. It wouldn't be worth the release because it wouldn't help you get over passives. You got another potential guy like he's been alright for you, but like he certainly plays 23, a little under 24 million is a lot. Yeah, he doesn't play a lot. He did get 6 sacks and barely playing time, but he's still 30. He's only getting older. There's still 3 years left. But to release him is 15 million in dead cap. Yes, that's 8 million in savings, but that's more. So that's not worth it. Only might as well just keep him at that point. So instead to carry some, so yeah, instead of creating some cap space, you can create around 10 million. I'm gonna restructure Josh Allen's contract. We'll say so. Move his minimum base to a bonus. I had one void year, and I'd say it's around 10 million. So they have a little under 1.7 million in negative cap space. So they're almost the positives. Could restructure Miller, but like, do you really want to restructure him if you're just going to end up releasing him next year? Then those void years would end up being void years just because he's on the team anymore. So then let's look at Oliver's restructure for Oliver. Yeah, Oliver's a good player for them. A great 10, 10 million, about 10 million, 10.5 million in cap space. I'll restructure him as 2 months void years. But hey, now you have a little under 9 million in cap. Now you're in the positives. So all you really need to do 2 restructures and you got in positives. Another good restructure, another potential release is Curtis Samuel. Problems with him, literally the opposite of what you want to do, create cap space. It gives you negative 2 million in cap space for this year. So I feel like he could stick around and they can release him next year. Even if you do a post June first cut, it still only saves you 1.4 million. So like it's yeah, it sucks. Kind of sucks. He's almost makes a receiver, but it's also partially because you got a lot of cheap receivers that are still in their rookie deals outside of him. So not do him. It literally does no cap space increase. No, doesn't get you guys any more cap space. Doesn't get you guys any less. Literally, because his contract's like guaranteed. But he looked okay when he played, but he not look good. He barely plays. Might as well just make a new roster spot. So I'm gonna release Kyrie Hill, even though it literally gives them more. No, it literally is zero, no difference. So yeah, there's that. Bernard. So yeah, we got a few guys that could really use extensions this offseason, like Bernard, Benford, James Cook could all really get good contract extensions. Tough for them to pay every single one of them. Those are all guys who really deserve a contract extension. And Khalil Garrett too. He had a decent year. So now they have 8.715 million in cap. Run release it saves you 2.5 million, and like you can find a decent just step like in later rounds your DFA for a little cheaper. So they're saving you some money on release Mr. Trubisky. Who cares? He's your backup quarterback. Thankfully, so far in his career, Josh Allen hasn't had too many injuries, so you haven't really had to really worry about it. And for way cheaper, you can just have Mike White be your decent backup next year too, if you don't want to draft or sign anybody late. If you'd rather use your picks somewhere else. So how many picks they got? Let's see how many picks they got this year. One, two. So they got like 10 picks. Got a couple second rounders, so they got a decent amount of picks. So yeah, still none of them are like super high in the rounds because the Bills are obviously good. So yeah, who are assuming Hamler would be you'd say 8K, 8K in dead cap. I would take that 8K if you want Bills, but yeah, saves you 1.1 million. Hamler, about releasing Hamler, you're not expecting much from him. What would Epinesa do? I'm gonna save you 3 million. That's not really worth it. Yeah. So I would say 1 million by Gamer Shelley. I don't know. Like I don't think he's ever that good. Just release him, say it's 1 million for a quarterback or like a random third string quarterback. Now we got 11 million. So now let's look at the James Cook extension. He's on to get extended before season starts. How old is he? So he's 26. I feel like his 2 year deal will be good. Just because 4 years it might get a little close to being a little decline, just because that's late 20s, early 30s is the when running backs start to decline. So I feel like a 3 year deal might be better for him. So let's see what I think. So 3 year deal. So I feel like 35 million. So all right. Now 12. I feel like it'd be a little cheaper cap hit wise, but I feel like that would be decent. So I'll extend him for 3 years, 35 million. Does increase his cap hit for this year though. So well no, I'm not gonna try it. I'm not gonna try to do that. Because his cap hit should increase by 7 million this year. So let's re-sign him. Trade. Yeah, I need to figure this stuff out. That I need to figure out. Um so alright. I'm trying to find a good cap hit for him. Just because it's obviously his extension would start next year, so it shouldn't be that much of an increase this season. So let's try 6. Whoops. 6. I feel like that'd be a decent cap hit for him. Honestly, it'll change once his extension actually does start. Either way, Cook is extended, so you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about holding him out or anything or pressing a trade during the off season. So now they have 10.3 million in cap space. Greg Rousseau's another guy can use the extension, but they should be able to set this 5th year option because he was a. Wait, no, oh wait, it would be his. This will be his 5th year. He was a 21 pick, right? Pretty sure. Yeah, he's a 2021 pick. So this actually would be his 5th year. His 5th year option actually. So yeah, let's work on extending Rousseau. So yeah, so you know, a 4 year deal. Um, let's work on his new cap hit. But like a 7.1 million cap hit before his new extension starts to be good. You can ignore that new value. This is just kind of what I think could be your cap hit for this 1 year before his contract extension starts. So extend Rousseau for 4 more years. Save a little bit of money just because it pushes some of it down. So now he has a little bit less of a cap hit for this season. Um, another couple guys that can use extensions are where are they? Bernard, Benford, and who was the other guys? That no, was Cook. I think Shakir. So I feel like Benford, like he had a good year. He was later pretty right pack. I feel like he deserves an extension. Send him now. You can try to avoid him. You can try to help avoid him, like wanting even more if he has a good year. So he has a 6th round pick. And now, so yeah, he was the late round picks. I feel like they want to get an extension done now. I feel like he want a little bit of a cheaper deal because I feel like he thinks maybe if he goes shorter term, he can bet on himself in a couple seasons. He can go for a bigger payday. So I'll make it a 2 year extension worth Um, 5. So yeah, I'll finish his captain for this year. So now he has 3 years left. So this new captain for this season is a little over 5 million. So Benford got his extension. I think that's it. I think that's all I'll do for extensions for this team, just because I don't want to go too in depth for that. Because I know these numbers I'm doing for these guys aren't going to be anywhere near exact. So I'm not trying to make it exact. Can you read Takis and Lewis? So I feel like Cam Lewis has had some lost struggles this year. I feel like he released some kid set 1.7 million in cash space. I feel like that's a good release. He was cheap anyways, but just get some more, get you guys some more cap. Now you have a little over 15.5 million. So how much can you do our restructuring, Duncan? Yeah, I'll say them 8 million by restructuring Dion Dawkins and give them 2 more void years. But yeah, it creates 8 million more in cap space, so that's a good amount. How would Milano look? Yeah, release him, that makes sense. Just because he's out without injuries in recent years. And he's also 30. I believe he's already 30. Doesn't feel like he's been in that league that long. I went to Con Jones. Yeah. Yeah, Con Jones and not that good a year. He's in his mid 30s at this point. Current release wouldn't do much, so I'm gonna do a post June 1st, so that would get you an extra 3.7 cap. Maybe 3.7 less than dead cap by releasing him now then. So I'll do that. Doesn't get you now, but at least it's a little better. So yeah, I'll do a apply June post June 1st cut to the Jones. Yeah, wish because like you don't get the extra cap, but you usually should get at least the like just you should get the extra cap you get by just the savings right away. Usually, and I feel like this is so yeah. Let's see, what's they got now? 23 million. What does Bass look like? Is it really worth it? I think okay. Let's look at some restructures. How much will Knox save by restructuring? Yeah, we'll structure Knox, safety 6 million. That's 3 bonus void years, but yeah. I'm on McGovern. Release won't be worth it. Oh, Johnson. Yeah, dang. Like they could release more cap space. There's not really a ton of things they could do. Well, there are, but not like I don't think moves are worth it to create more cap space because they still only have 30 million. How does the post June 1st look like? Dang, yeah. I have Milano restructure. No, yeah, I'll restructure Milano to say 6 more million. Okay, let's look at some of their free agents. Cooper, I'll let walk. He was okay for them once they got him at the deadline, but he's not really worth re-signing, I don't think. So I have to let him walk. Um, Ty Johnson, I feel like they would like dang, like if he was a little cheaper, I feel like they'd like bring him back just because it feels like they always bring him back. Mar Hamlin, I feel like he's just kind of a good story, especially if they know maybe they end up releasing Taylor Rapp. They have a young secondary, so I feel like Hamlin could be re-signing for 2 years. He has a 2 million cap, $2 million cap hit for his first season. So yeah, he's re-signed. How much did Douglas want? Yeah, let's expand. How does cap hit look like? So and what was his, they had there was a dead cap that they showed on here somewhere for him. 4 million. So yeah, it would only actually it's a good at that dead cap, so it'll only be like extra 2 million. So yeah, I'll resign Douglas for how old is he? Sorry, I forgot to look at how old he is. And Douglas, he is 31. Maybe it's a 1 year deal, but I don't feel like they would want to do him a 3 year deal just because he is 31. So I'll give him a 2 year deal. It's more of a cap hit. At least you're not as locked into it as since he's getting up there. But it's good for now. and for now a year and a half because they got him at last year's trade deadline from the Packers. Okay, how much would Phillips wants with Smoot gone? Yeah, I'll resign Phillips just because they released Smoot. I mean Jones, excuse me. I don't know why I said Smoot, but yeah, I'll resign Jordan Phillips for 1 year. Got those three signings done. That's why I give him Smoot because he's right there. So how much would Hollins want? Yeah, like yeah, we're signing Collins for 1 year, little 2.1 million cap hit. Pretty cheap, decent depth guy. So yeah, how much would Doyle want? Depth guy I want there. Jefferson should be pretty cheap. I ever signed Jefferson for 1 year, 1.7 million cap hit. Because they seem to like have a lot of depth on their D line, and he's a decent depth guy for 1 more year. They don't have a ton of free agents. Obviously, there was a couple guys to be released, but they don't have a ton, surprisingly. So, yeah, all right. Let's look at carrying some more cap pace. All right, here's like some of these guys really far down. Trying to go all the way down here too much. Yeah, release Davison, just because yeah, like they're depth guys. You don't really see a ton of teams release them just because that's so minor in cap space. But hey, they already don't have a lot. They could use some more. 24 mil. Okay, yeah. I think I go to the free agency with that and see what they can get. So, you're letting Cooper walk. Who are some wide receivers you could look and sign? How much would Godwin want? How much would his cap hit be? I feel like they had like they could their wide receivers struggled a little bit in playoffs against the Chiefs. I feel like they could really use the big name wide receiver to replace Diggs, who they got like they traded last offseason. Like pretty mad and like gosh, Allen had MVP season with not much for wide receiver. Imagine if you get him a guy like Godwin. So I'll sign Godwin to a 3 year deal worth 67.5 million. So yeah, and that was only 8 million cap hit for this year. Sounds like it's in defensive tackles because you're Mahomes gash your run game, your run D, and with just quarterback runs. So D tackle, corner. Um, yeah, right. I'll go back up. Yeah, I was going to look and see if there's any more. Like, I feel like DJ Jones could be a good sign away from the Broncos to try to help out your D line. So I'll sign Jones to 1 year deal. It's getting a little up there, so you might want to go in free agency again next season. So yeah, Ron Jones helps out your D line a little bit. So yeah, who are some depth corners? So we had Milano, there's Jones. Yeah, they do really like having good depth for running back. Who are some of their or that? Yeah, who are some of their depth guards? Yeah, they have like no good depth at guard. So let's look at some guys they get signed there. How many should Eichenberg go on? Too much. Jones also too much. I thought they'd be cheaper than that. I guess not. Gagan Roten's pretty cheap. He's older, man. They might go a little younger. How much would Win want? They won't tell me. How about Dieter? Banks? Oh, too cheap. Too expensive, I should say. Oh, well, how about no? Trying to stay away from some of these guys that don't tell me what they would want. I'm trying to go. I'm on like more cheaper guards because I don't think they will invest too much of their little cat space in a more expensive guard. A little Pita. I'll sign a Pita though, cheap 1 year minimum deal. Is because he's coming off injury. Former Eagle. Eagles always have good alignment, so I'll sign him cheap 1 year deal. Get some depth up guard. Maybe he starts if he get. Maybe he can be a decent starter if he deals with some injuries. You don't want him starting, but he can be a fine starter. So yeah, yeah. How much Allen's pretty cheap. Yeah, so I'll be fine with some of their running backs. Their record quarterback. How Rocky Sin? Tell me, is juiced. So yeah, I'll have an R guard, backup guard. Give me okay guy. Some Ben Brees in a cheap 1 year deal. Yeah. Um, Harrison's pretty super cheap. How about Gaither? Hey, who are the backup line? They messed a lot of picks along right there. I feel like. Um, yeah, they're fine. A backup linebacker. Uh, they're like at tackles. They got Toyot's free agent. I'll sign Kevin Beecham to cheap 1 year deal. They some backup tackle. Injuries happen. It could be a fine starter. Um, um, see here. That's Yeah, I'll sign our depth, our receiver. I'll sign David Moore to cheap 1 year deal. Just to have some depth at our receiver. And Ty Johnson being a free agent. No Trayvon Williams. So let's run Travion Williams. So 1 year minimum deal to be a back. Your third string running back. He's super cheap. So yeah, now they have they'll all the cap space they got left. They need 4 draft picks. So yeah, let's try to see any other free agent restructures we could do. Sam Martin be. Yeah, already Sam Martin says it's them 2 million in cap. Now you do need a new punter. Um, no, what? I'm not done looking at it. I'll see if there's any beat okay, already punter in the draft for them. So let's go to the draft for the Bills. No trades for them. All right, let's start this. Now they don't pick till 30. All right, yeah, let's see that was available. So yeah, I had him sign DJ Jones, but he's on a 1 year deal. They released Daquan Jones, so they don't really have a ton on the D line. So I feel like they could still use a try high draft picking after investing a little bit in free agency. So I'm gonna give them Walter Nolan D lineman at Ole Miss to help them out there. Now they have 2 seconds. First is at 56. So let's see who is here. Not doing trades unless it's a player. I really like some of those guys. All right, so let's look. Who are some corners here? Harrison. I feel like he'd still be there at 50, 62. I feel like actually, well, at least two I think would be there still. But with one of those two, I just still probably being there. I'm not as confident about Maxwell Harrison still being there. I'll give them Maxwell Harrison corner of Kentucky. Get some help at corner after they release Lewis. Didn't really do much at corner, so they could still use a decently high draft pick. All right. So yeah, I was right. One edge was still there. So no draft Princeton Mulian at edge. I will miss eventual replacement for Von Miller and even AJ Panessa because he only has 1 year left on his deal now. So like I want to wait. That believe that's a fourth rounder. I don't think the comp picks in the third go that far. Yep, it is a fourth. So let's see who's here. So who's at safety? Wait, too early for our safety. So let's wait in that. So it's fun a little bit. I've seen a couple of depth guards, so I feel like they could still use some depth help there, some extra depth. Need developmental guy for you for a little bit. So I'm gonna get them one of these top three Georgia tier linemen left. I'm gonna get them Tate Rattel as tier lineman with Georgia. Now I got another pick of 131. That should still be the fourth round. Yep. All right, who is here? So yeah, let's see. No, still maybe go more. I feel like so early. How old is Dawkins at this point? All right, I guess that won't show me because I restructured. Dawkins, you're in the 30s. Yeah, he's only 31 for the start of this next season. So I feel like this would be a good place to draft a developmental tackle for a little bit while you still have um, um, Dawkins, so maybe eventual replacement if you want him to be. So I'm going to give them Anthony Belton, tackle of NC State. I got another pick of 171. Let's see who follows there. All right, so we're in the fifth round now. So, dang. How about we're looking on safety? Moore's still here. They took on the other Penn State safety for them. Yeah, like they got they already signed Hamlin. They got Bishop. They got Taylor Rapp. But Rapp's only has 1 year left on his deal. And it's the fifth round. Might as well draft a depth safety. So I'm going to go Malachi Mark, safety out of Alabama, who was a guy who used to have first round like hype, but kind of just did not. He kind of just stayed in college too long. Now he doesn't. Obviously, since he's only at 171. So let's see our receiver here. A little early for next wide receiver, maybe 179. How about linebacker? Yeah, like get you some depth for development. I'll give them Jeffrey Baza, linebacker Oregon. Get some depth there. Another back on the board already at 179. So who's our receiver now? So yeah, it's only a few picks. I feel like it's a little better range for him. So I'm gonna draft them. Theo Weiss, receiver of Mizzou, get some depth for receiving after they sign Godwin. Now they're on the board again at 206 and 208, and then that's it for them in this draft. All right. Yeah, who's that punter? Yeah, they got. I didn't release Bass. I'm gonna draft them a kicker. Ty Johnson's gone. They had him sign check on millions, but he's not the guy you're not gonna miss if you don't end up keeping him. So they'll draft them. Brashard Smith, running back SMU. Get him help a little bit more depth at running back. Him there. Who's your quarterback? Yeah, no, it's anyway. No, they need a punter. No, they can just sign a random punter. I'm gonna sign them. I'm gonna just sign them. They released Trubisky. So late, it's a mid sixth round pick. Who cares? So I'm gonna draft them. Curtis Work, QB of Indiana. Get him the developmental backup quarterback. Yeah, why not? It's the sixth round. A lot of teams take shots at guys. Six. There's not enough to make a roster. That's fine. You can just probably be able to you might be able to get him practice squad. All right, now since I didn't draft a punter, since I didn't really have any late picks, let's see who's here punter. I really wish I could sort of have a position on this thing. Let's see here. All right, Alden sign, Tress White, the minimum deal. Boom, there's your punter. So yeah. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you have a good one.